Vamsi,
Yeah.
start.
What start?
తగలబెట్టండిరా నిరంజన్ గారు.
Ask this guy, ask Charan, how many days we have spent, trying to look for the tickets. Every hour we refresh Book My Show for the past 3 days. I mean, we have invested this much in the movie and now the show has been cancelled. Is this a joke or something? నాకు అర్థం కూడా కావట్లేదు. దీని అమ్మ ఎర్ర కొడుకులు అనుకుంటున్నారా ఈ జనాల్ని? కాదు బ్రో.
చరణ్,
See,
your emotions please.
I have no emotions. My emotions are dead.
Bro, see, I refrained myself from going online, and as I open even the Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, whatever it is, now I got a lot of spoilers.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah, that's a problem, and these people before cancelling the show, they should at least let us know.
Inform all people to not put spoilers.
No, they should at least know, right? They should at least let us know that the show is being cancelled or the money will be refunded or something.
I'm thinking it's a rendering issue. Maybe just like when we upload YouTube videos, it's like,
Bro, for all I care, it could be Deepika Padukone missing her dubbing session or whatever, bro. I don't give a single flying fuck.
But the issue is not just that the IMAX shows have been cancelled. Every other show is being played. If it is the same thing across all formats, then it is fine. We can everyone can still wait. The frustration will be still there, but everyone will be on the same page. Now, like everyone has watched the movies. Like
some people have seen
spoilers
spoilers have
around.
come and review has come.
And one more thing is like, I can't use my phone right now. Even if I have to text someone, if I just open WhatsApp, WhatsApp also, everyone has put status. In Instagram, everyone like.
See, open Snapchat, you will see 2 hours worth of movie now.
Yes.
You open Snapchat or Instagram or
I can literally watch the whole movie now.
And we already have reviews out.
Yeah,
It's what time is it? 10:23 now. We should be done with the movie by now.
By now, yeah.
And tell you one thing, how does this affect the performance of the movie?
See. I cannot speak for the movie, but now I can honestly say that
what I'm
I
asking
cannot
is,
enjoy the movie as much as I would have if it played in the IMAX.
If we talk about the movie business, I think the first morning show really plays a very important role, isn't it? Given this scenario, let us say all of us had a very bad experience.
Yeah.
Obviously it's the fans who generally book the first morning show and all, and they have to create the first impression. That's where the word of mouth has to go.
Yes.
And if those fans have been disappointed in this particular manner, on top of it that others are watching before them, right, even after spending a lot of money, this is like a very bad experience, and this is certainly going to be like a huge loss for the business.
Definitely a lot.
And bad publicity.
Yeah.
So how, like, the same thing will happen with the product as well, right? Like any app, like they're launching any product. If the initial thoughts were not good, like people are not having great experience, the products are tend to fail, right? That would happen with the UX as well, right?
No, that's a good question.
How?
But luckily, products work in a very different manner. Digital products work in a different manner. So basically, the context is the same. This ideology, right? Let's talk about movies, right? So now what they had to do, Nagashwin was working on this movie from how many years?
4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years he has been working, right? For 4 to 5 years, he couldn't even reveal, like he has to be very secretive. He can't reveal anything from what's happening. Only he can show whatever promotional material they want to show, right? And they had to build up and put in so much effort and invest 600 crores of rupees, time, everything they had to do, all for this one day, not even one day, and we have realized that it is just about that few hours, which literally decide whether you're going to get back that money or not. Right? This is what it is, right?
Yes.
In, let us say, like basically traditional businesses, like even previously, even large businesses were operating on this model. It was called as a product development model. I'm talking about this concept from this. I'll reveal the book a little later. Okay, you will understand what I'm talking about. But this is called product development model. In this model, what they do is they come up with an idea. They go in a stealth mode. They don't reveal it. Right, a lot of NDAs and all are written. They work for 1 to 2 years. They build a very good product. They plan a very big launch. They publicize, market the entire product and all that stuff, and they launch it.
Okay.
right? And what happens the moment it is launched? Initially, based on the initial talk and initial how people are reacting and all that stuff,
Yeah.
your entire business is dependent. This was how things were, even the product industry. And this is what it looks like it is injured, because when you get an idea, you'll be like, no, I should not tell anyone, right? I should be very secretive about that idea.
Yeah.
I really need to build very well, and basis that I have to do my business. So
Yes.
it intuitively feels like,
Yes.
right? But no. So what the world has realized is, people have realized that this model is going to be very, very risky for us,
Okay.
right? And it requires a huge money and all that stuff. That is when the world has shifted to another model, which I'm going to talk about slowly. Before that, talk about it a little later. But before that, let me give an example. Okay. For example, okay, let's take the same movie, Kalki movie. Okay. If at all, the director, they shot one version of the movie. Just imagine, just like a very rough cut short film kind of a movie.
Yeah.
Then what he did is, he called some 20 to 30 people out of random audience, showed them the movie. Okay.
It's called test screening. Things like this happen in Hollywood.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So basically, they do some text screening.
Yes.
They'll understand whether people are liking the concept or something like that. Okay. Then what they will do? Okay, they understand that. Oh, fine. This looks like the entire plot. Whatever. They note down the feedback from what is happening over there. Right. Now, basis that, what they'll do, they'll go and make some changes in that. Make a slightly better version. Go and call, let us say, a few more audience.
Yes.
Okay. Then also they'll understand the feedback and all that stuff, and they keep building. And finally, let us say they will do this like around 20 to 30 times with increasing audience. Okay. And finally come to a stage where they really understand what is working, what is not working,
Okay.
and how do I actually build make a movie in such a way that most people will definitely like it.
Yes.
Right? Obviously, this is a much better way to be more predictable in terms of whether it will be a hit or not before releasing to a large number of public.
Yeah.
Just that in entertainment industry, because this is a short-lived thing. A movie is not a product which will stay with people for a long amount of time. That's not how it is.
Yes.
A movie is like, it releases, that's it. It's done. Like in the first week or whatever, and the moment people watch it, it's done.
Yes.
Right? Rewatchability and all is a different thing, but it doesn't work like a typical product which has multiple repeat users or continuous user product. It's not like that, right? Because of that reason, whatever model I just told, it might not totally work.
And also it adds to the cost of
The
making.
movie. Yeah.
See,
It adds to
people don't like the production or the actor's choice or anything.
Correct.
The director sometimes has to go on and recast or do something which has to,
Add
repair
on.
the damages.
I would argue about it. I'll tell you. You only tell me.
Yeah.
Do you think there have been directors and producers
Yeah.
who are like, if only I got indication that this is not going to work, I might have changed this and it would have been
I
a
mean,
hit.
there have been some instances, but it also depends on the cost of making, right?
That's what I'm saying. The producer might feel that if only they got something like that, they would have invested 100 crores more.
Yes.
Yeah.
If at all,
They know
that feedback
Yeah.
would have made them get a much better talk, and they would have made a much better business.
But one more thing is like for movies like this, like which are like VFX heavy, even
Correct.
like they have to make like a half an hour thing,
Correct.
which would cost them very much on VFX.
It will. I'm not saying it will. But if it is a flop, it's gone.
Yes.
All that money is also gone.
Yes.
You're right. So yes, ultimately it's a very, very high bet in an entertainment industry or the production industry in this particular manner, because the product is not something which will sustain.
Yeah.
Right? But just imagine the same thing, you go and do it in a product, in a tech product. Right? The advantage is the product stays with you. Unlike those olden days example which I spoke about previously, right? Let's say you launch that. Basically, the example which I'm quoting, it was done for, let us say, like a physical mobile device which used to come with its own OS at that point of time, right? Or
Cybertruck, if you take Cybertruck as well, Tesla took Cybertruck.
Cybertruck is a very new example.
Yeah, like they also like launched it like a big event, and it failed like instantly. Like
That's
throwing
a
it.
marketing stunt.
Yeah,
as per many
rumor
people.
says it that it is a marketing stunt.
Yeah.
But okay, fine, leave that. But there were examples in the past where they also use this example of this telephone booth.
Yeah.
There used to be these telephone booths, right? They were trying to launch one new version of a telephone booth wala telephone. And by the time they launched it, it went out of business.
Business.
Oh.
How?
Like people started getting cell phones and
Cell
stuff
phones
like that and went
yeah.
out of business. So this is one of the examples which is generally quoted. Now, the advantage with tech products is, if you see, in your phones, most of your apps are updating,
Yes.
right? And sometimes you're even frustrated why the app updates so many times,
Yeah.
right? So, the advantage is that you can always update an app over there. It's called OTA. That's why,
How?
right? So, through the internet, you can always update the app. That means you can always make it better.
Yes.
So the advantage is for technical products, you can always go and use whatever strategy which is already. You can go and release for a bunch of people. You can release it for let us say 5% of the people, right? There is a name for it. I'll reveal that name a little later. Okay.
Is that what? I mean, sorry if
So
that's a very common thing most of us go through, right?
fine. So since you said beta testing,
Yeah.
beta testing is basically pre-release.
Again, sorry if I revealed spoilers.
It's okay. There's nothing spoiler. Beta testing is pre-release. That means you have a
That is
bunch of
almost-
users. Let us say, like whatever movie idea gave, right? Let's say 50 people are called. They are actually called as beta testers.
Yes.
They are the ones who, before the launch, they will come and experience the product, give early feedback.
Yes.
In fact, you can, for many apps, you can also join this beta testing program.
Yes. Yes.
If you sign up for it, you will get that particular version of the the particular version of the app software. You will get it earlier, much earlier than main launch,
Yeah.
right? That is one thing. Or even after the launch is done, sometimes what they do is they reveal it. They launch it only to the first 5% people, right? Or sometimes what they do, for one version of the users, they launch one type. So or else what they do is, for 50% of the users, they launch one version, and for another 50%, they launch another version. Okay? There are names to this which I'll again reveal. Okay?
I don't know.
So, then again, so what I'm trying to tell is, I'm trying to establish things by common sense, and then I'll reveal all these names
Yeah.
towards the end so that you'll not feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens is, let us say I launch to 5% of the people. I'll again get feedback.
Yeah.
Before I launch to remaining 95% of people, I'll see how people are using it.
Yeah.
Basis that I can go and change, release an over there update, OTA update. Right? 50% of people I launch one thing, 50% of them launch one thing. We'll see where better engagement is going on,
Yes.
right? Where better usage statistics are working and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Basis that I can finalize which version I want to launch and launch it to all the 100% of people.
How?
Right? In this way, the advantage is you can always go and test what is working,
Yeah.
and basis that you can keep making changes.
Yes.
Right? Within that time, even if there are negative feedback and all these things come, because the product stays for a long amount of time, they can always go and make themselves better and always put their marketing efforts again and again. It will take the cost, but since it has a longer runtime, it works eventually. Right? So because of this, what you need to understand is, here the goal is primarily not about launching the perfect product. But if you think of it, all this 5% people are going towards 50% or whatever, or a bunch of beta users. The concept is very simple. I want to understand where am I failing as fast as possible.
Yes.
Correct? Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I understand where I'm failing as fast as possible, when it really goes to a large number of people, that is where I can actually go and
Make a better.
better product.
Yeah.
Right? So this failing fast, remember this, failing fast. Right? Now I'll reveal the terms. Right? Failing fast and experimenting is actually known as the lean method. I told you, right? I'm actually quoting a book.
Yeah.
That book, what I'm quoting, that's actually called The Lean Startup. All of you should read this book, The Lean Startup, by Eric Ries. Right? Go and find out the name by Eric Ries. I'm sure, almost sure that that's the name, right? So, in that only, I was talking about this traditional model called product development model, where people used to do, and he gives some of these examples. And then he establishes this lean model,
Yeah.
right? Where he says, make sure that you keep releasing this product, fail as fast as possible, start testing with smaller audience. In fact, what he says is, you don't even have to be secretive about your product anymore. Because you're not worried about those big launches where your competitors will come and also do another big launch. Because that is not the way you're doing business anyway.
Yeah.
You openly go and discuss your idea with a bunch of people. The more you discuss, the more feedback you get.
Yes.
Because a lot of times these things typically depend on the way you execute your idea rather than the idea in itself.
Okay.
Unless like the creative industry or the entertainment industry,
Huh.
the moment you reveal an idea, someone else also can make a movie and then your movie, let's call it a copy.
Yeah.
Right? But products, for a lot of products, it's not really about the idea because nobody cares because it's not a one-time thing.
Huh.
Right? Whether like Uber is there, Ola is there, Namayatri is there. We are not complaining that, it's exactly working like Ola.
Huh.
In fact, we'll complain if it is not working like Ola or Uber. Like, hey, this feature is there, why is this not available?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Right? So it really doesn't matter about whether the idea is copied or not. What matters is how well are you executing and how well are you giving the experience in all the small micros. And where will you understand all these small micro things which might be failing? From going and testing with users in all these ways, right? So do it as fast as possible. In fact, this is where the book and of course the entire industry today follows this model, that is going and doing sprints. That is, just have a 2-week cycle or probably 1-week cycle or 2-week cycle,
Yeah.
right? In that, whatever is possible, launch it. No problem. Remaining things you launch later.
Yeah.
Launch it. See what has happened. Right? So that's why this concept of minimum viable product came.
Okay.
That means as long as the product is viable, it can do whatever it can intended to do,
How?
right? And as long as you are having the minimum requirements for making a viable product, go and launch it. Ultimately, it's not that you want to stay with your minimum viable product. That's not the point.
Yeah.
You want to give a great experience, right? And great experience means you can't just be minimal. Right? But can you go into early test without worrying about even building like an amazing experience right in the starting? And this is where people misunderstand MVP also. They just think, your product should always be minimal, always only be viable. Food should go into your mouth. What else do you want? It's not like that. Experience is very important. You have to build for it, right? So it's called. So when you launch an MVP, you go in smaller cycles. They're called as sprints. Basically, you keep running. You keep failing fast, right? And to fail fast, you will conduct multiple tests. I was telling, first 5% of people, it's actually called as a 5% test, right? I was telling 50%. You might have heard this term called split testing or A by B testing. You've heard that A by B testing, right? So A by testing is nothing but there is a set of users A, there is a set of users B. Both of them have been given 2 different versions. See what is working better, right? So through employing all these tests, you continuously keep understanding how does your product work, and you keep making changes and keep making it better. And will this stop?
No.
It doesn't stop because the product continues, right? It's not that, hey, you can ask me, hey Anudeep, why not build a perfect product at one point of time you stop? Always, all of you can ask, right?
Yeah.
Like let's say I'm working in Amazon. You have built a shop and all. What is the requirement for all of you? Just leave.
Yeah.
Right? You have built a product, just do the business and leave, right? Why? Why do you think the product should still, is it because they are never able to realize what works? That we are all still working and doing experiments? Why do you think? Tell me.
No,
Why are they still launching? Why are they still changing? Why?
to give a better experience for the users.
They have arrived at a decent level of experience. Now do and go away. Anytime you got this doubt, right?
Yeah.
Build a product. Only when the starting of the product to build it, you need all the developers and all the designers and all. Just like a building, right?
Yes.
You build everything, after it is done, just move on. Why does the company continuously have these people? Tell you.
Users' perspectives and maturities will change over time.
Correct. sincere first bench student. Please show your face. There is this Bharat Gorental, my first bench student, also with me right now. Equally frustrated that the movie got delayed. But maybe happy because we are learning UX from the frustration of a movie getting cancelled, right? Show getting cancelled. Sorry, not movie getting cancelled. Please, fans, please cool down.
We will cancel the movie.
Right? But coming back to the answer, yes, the reason why continuously change is required is not just because you have perfected that version of product. Even though you have perfected that version of the product, people change.
How?
Their behaviors continuously change. Their needs continuously change. The ecosystem is continuously building. Right? The people are getting used to newer and newer technology. People are getting used to newer, like multiple other apps as well. Their expectations are also changing. What was a wow yesterday is no more wow today.
And what if no other product is doing nothing? Like for example, like everything around is like stagnant.
Okay?
I'm just doing it.
That's the ideal world, right?
Yeah.
Where people
Achieve perfection.
human doesn't need a change. We're so happy. Everyone is happy. We are so happy. No problem. Movie need not be released.
Yeah.
The show is not required.
I'm just thinking like, for example, if you take mobiles,
The point is, humans are never self-sufficient. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What is a wow yesterday is no more wow tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know you guys booked 5 times. But
Maybe.
will you watch RRR again?
No.
But did you watch it 3 times in the starting?
I watched only
Right?
2 times, but yeah, just
He's saying he's ready to watch. Dude, you have to especially watch load, aim, repeat. That scene you have to watch.
that part I'll just skip, but the whole movie I can watch.
So the point is, see, it's experience, right? Experience is very subjective.
Yes.
Right? And large number of people, how are they having great experience? Only if they keep having great experience, you will have a better product. Like your product will continue for a long amount of time.
Okay.
The moment you stop having an experience, even if it is just utilitarian, the moment you stop having a good experience, you will stop using the product. Right? To have an experience, I need to always make sure that you're also experience means what? Emotions only, no?
Yeah.
Right now, all of us have a bad experience.
Yes.
How did you describe it? Pamsi, can you please describe your emotion right now?
English is not the correct language. In Telugu, I can come close to expressing my.
We will play that initial clip over here. Right? So, the moment we came to something called an experience, it was emotion.
Yes.
Right? That means I'll have to make sure that you have great emotions.
Yeah.
Whenever you're using a product, right? That's when I can keep making you have a great experience. And that's why you'll always love it and you always keep using that particular product.
Yeah.
And this always changes. So, as UX designers, as experienced designers, your job is to go and find out opportunities to give this experience or places where this experience is not going great. So, clarified? Good?
Yes.
So, with that being said, yes, from a completely frustrated movie experience to a great experience of learning a good UX concept and understanding about how products work.
Yes.
Woo! Let's enjoy the movie.
I just wish I'll get the same happiness after watching the movie.
Yes,